Hey everybody, it's Dr. Maya Alapin. I'm not a medical doctor. We're going to record a demo session. So if you are not Jody, you can turn off your screen, please, and mute your volume. Jody, good to see you.
Do.
What's the problem?
That I'm insane? No, I'm kidding. Um, the problem is that I am circling, I want to say circling the drain of the damn issue.
You're circling the drain of the issue?
Yes. Like I keep diving in and there's all these like symptoms and I can't get to the root.
Okay, so what what do you suspect you're going towards? Like, where are you going? I love the fact that I feel like I'm looking at myself in the mirror because we're wearing the same color and the chairs are set up exactly the same. I have two black chairs also. Just
Mhm.
a little funny. Okay, so you seem to know that you're not where you're going. So how do you know that? How do you know where you're going?
I don't know where I'm going. I know where I am doesn't feel right.
Okay. Where you are doesn't feel right. All right.
I suspect I kind of know where I'm going, but I'm not sure.
What do you, I mean, you seem to have a theory. So, like, what do you understand to be going on?
Well, I mean, I keep stopping myself.
From what?
In what? In pretty much everything. Like I get so close and then I bail out.
Okay, so it's like a universal problem of getting close to the thing and then not following through
Mhm.
or
The
getting
date,
scared or whatever, something weird happens.
yeah, the date, the money, the big contract, the
The date, the money, the contract. Yep. What
uh,
else?
the goal weight.
Goal weight,
Yeah,
right?
gummies are really good right now.
Okay.
Um, what else?
So like when you're talking about that you're dealing with the symptom or going around it, what is that? Like what is that like or what are you doing? How does that feel? What is that?
It's like okay, it's like I'm standing on the edge of the cliff. I know I need to jump and I just turn around and walk away every single time.
How does that make you feel?
Really angry.
Okay. So you feel angry that you walk away every single time.
Yeah.
So universally, you feel like for a while, let's say what, a couple years, your whole life?
50 years.
Okay, so it's been your whole life that this pattern has been going down. So your whole life, you've been getting close to what you want, but then as it gets in sight, you bail on it.
Mhm.
What do you do instead of going for it?
The easier, softer thing.
Like what?
Mm, I'll take the job instead of,
Oh, be an entrepreneur.
yeah, or I will, oh, it's okay, I can eat that and not, I know what I'm doing to myself. Um, or I will sabotage the relationship or,
So you're kind of like a chronic excuse maker.
oh, it's past excuses, it's blow it up.
What do you mean blow it up?
I'll literally sabotage it.
Okay. So it's extreme.
Yeah. Mhm.
How do you feel about making such a mess of things?
Oh, it sucks.
I mean, don't you have to live in the mess?
Yeah.
Doesn't that bother you?
Yeah.
But like, so you're making your life messier continuously, and that's the pattern.
Mhm.
What do you want instead of that?
Ease
Yeah,
thing. I want the, like, I don't want to sabotage it. I don't want to jump. I don't want to walk away. I don't want to do any of that stuff anymore.
right. What quality are you going to have that you haven't had this whole time in order for that to be possible?
What came into my head was anti-fragile.
Yeah, right. I'm familiar. That's a good one. Okay. And is that possible for you?
I don't know how to get there.
Yeah. Well,
Like
what?
I can read the books, I can do the stuff, I can like I can do that. But then when push comes to shove, it's like a game of chicken. It's like I just nope, bail out.
Well, what's missing? Because you know what it is, and I've seen you tell me to be it, so I know you know. So what's missing?
It's that
Why is the knowing not connecting to the action for you? Because ultimately that's like my understanding of transformation is like it's not that complicated in the end. Everybody wants it to be, but it's really not. It's like, okay, admit your problem, get real, get fresh on it, whatever, come to Jesus. Everyone does this in their own time, in their own way. Sometimes it takes 5 minutes, sometimes it takes, 5 lifetimes, whatever. Ultimately, we then become familiar with the challenge in front of us, kind of like a warrior. And then comes this moment of like, take action or don't take action. Majority of people never take action. That's something you and I both know. But so you know that this is the pattern of transformation. And
mhm,
so you know that you're at that point of, well, either I do or I don't. Either I stop living in this mess or I continue.
mhm.
So what's stopping you?
The not knowing what's on the other side of the mess.
Yeah. Okay,
Like
but so let me ask you something. What's on this side of the mess?
mess.
Okay, so is it possible to like downgrade from that?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, we don't know what's on the other side, that's granted, but it's probably less messy than the mess. So I'm wondering, are you worried that it's going to get worse? Why would you not take the chance? Because more than likely it'll be better than what you have.
Because mm, because I'm afraid of what other people will say.
Which people? Say about what?
Hmm. There's something about my stupid family here.
I have a yoga teacher from India. Have you heard this story? I tell this story all the time, so probably you've already heard it, but it's really funny. I have this yoga teacher from India. I mean, I used to because I don't live where I used to live anymore, but when I did, it was like a standing joke that he would come into the studio and everybody would be like, doing all these in their best clothes and doing all this shit, right? And this was just some real true yogi wearing his little shorts. It was just so funny, the whole thing. But anyway, he always used to say, "So how's everybody's practice?" And everyone would be like, talking about their practice. And then he was like, "No, as you know, what I'm asking you," because he would do the same joke year after year. As you know, what I'm asking you is, how was it last time you visited with your family? And this was like a standing joke for him because the real yoga is not a yoga pose. It's not what you wore. It's not your whatever dharma path, blah, blah, blah. It's what happens when you check in with your family. So, what you just said really means a lot. It's like, yeah, ultimately, we're back to where does this pain come from? Okay, so where? Thank you for listening to my yoga guy story.
It's Okay, so my dad was the black sheep, and I am the baby black sheep.
Okay.
So if I just keep the status quo of being the baby black sheep, then they just really don't say anything. But as soon as I do something different, they have plenty to say, and I don't want to deal with them. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to listen to it. I don't want to.
Just a second. I'm so confused right now. So you're the baby black sheep, which means you're the standout person. Black sheep means the standout, right?
But in a negative way.
That's what I was gonna say. So it has to be like a limited black sheep. Is that what you're saying? You have like a limitation on your black sheepness? Why?
Gold sheep.
What gold sheep?
Mhm.
So the gold sheep is like a black sheep, but with limits?
No, the gold sheep's the good one.
The good one?
Good one. Yeah.
You're the good one?
Mm-mm. I want to be the good one.
So right now you're the black sheep, but you want to be the gold sheep.
Mhm.
What would the gold sheep do that the black sheep's not doing?
Not run away every time I get close.
Okay, and what did this have to do with your dad being the black sheep? You were saying that this is explained
Mm.
by your family circumstance. So just go back to that.
So my dad so my dad was an alcoholic and addict, and he built this amazing business. It started like he'd put his suit on in the morning and goes downstairs and started in our basement when I was like 7,
Cool.
and it was so cool. And he had like the best work ethic and grew this business. And then when I was, I don't know, 20 something, he blew it up and
Like
like blew it up,
ruined it? Okay, why?
destroyed it.
What happened?
It was at the like when it was good, it was worth a couple $2 million. And like 30 years ago, that was a lot of money.
Yeah.
And when he sold it 10 years later after destroying it, it was worth about 250 grand.
Okay, so your interpretation of that was that you are now repeating that same pattern of creating something and then not following through with it.
Oh shit, no, I won't create it because I don't want to blow it up.
Oh, okay. Because you don't want to do what he did.
I'm terrified I'll do what he did
Okay. Well, what makes you think that would happen?
because I'm exactly like him.
Ah, okay. Well, this explains a lot. Okay, so because you're a lot like him, you might do the same thing he did, which would turn out to be a huge disappointment.
Mhm.
If he hadn't done it, would you know not to do it?
Would I know? Not, no,
If he hadn't done that, would you now know not to do that?
no, because he didn't do it.
Well,
He
he
would
did.
be successful.
Well, yeah, but then he blew it up.
Hmm.
But so if you hadn't seen him make that mistake, would you know now not to make that mistake? Do you understand the question?
No.
So what I'm saying is, on the one hand, you saw him create it, which is how you know you could do it. But
Hmm.
then you also saw him destroy it, which teaches you that was a bad decision.
Hmm.
If he had not destroyed it, how would you know not to make that same mistake?
I wouldn't.
Exactly. That's what I'm asking you.
Mhm.
Like my parents were very bad with money. Like they were immigrants and foreigners and like they made money and they worked their asses off, but they just did not understand the finance system. So,
Mhm.
they made so many mistakes. It's embarrassing. But so I know now as a first generation North American about saving and investing, and I still have a lot of karma with it, but I know because I've watched them not know.
Mhm.
So, what makes you think that that's not the next step for you is to correct that generational problem so that your children don't inherit it? What makes you think that that's not your whole role in learning that? Or maybe it is.
I think it is. I,
Why you?
hmm,
Take your time. That's a good one. Why you? Why would it be you and me, girl?
because my brothers are idiots.
God damn it.
Um,
I couldn't have waited for another generation because I'm tired.
well, if I look at the whole family, all the other brothers, like my dad had three brothers, and they all have tons of money.
Okay.
Um, that gets passed down to the kids and they just carry on. But we didn't have, like me and my two brothers didn't have that.
Right.
And my brothers are kind of inept with this stuff.
Okay. But so it's
They
you, it's
they
you.
like the 9 to 5
Yeah.
predictability and
But
work
it's
for
you
people
because
stuff.
you're the one who's most like the dad.
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
Because the other two are like conventional. They're not the black sheeps, but you are.
Mhm.
So if I'm following so far, if you became the gold sheep, it would be like an upgrade on the black sheep.
Mhm.
And you think that probably that's your role in your family.
I don't know whether the perception will ever change with my uncles and
Okay.
my cousins,
Mm-hmm.
but it would change with my kids.
Right.
And that's what's more important. Is it more important to me?
Well, obviously, I mean, they're your kids.
Hmm.
What would your uncles and cousins have to do with stopping you from your destiny?
They don't. I'm just afraid of them.
How does that benefit you?
Oh, it doesn't.
I mean, even overall, forgetting this one topic, like just in general, what's the point of being afraid of people you're related to? I mean, because again,
Okay. It's not about being afraid of them, it's about not belonging.
right?
I don't fit in, and therefore I don't belong there.
Isn't that isn't that why you're the special one?
Well, see, they're special good and they're special not good, though.
But how could you be the black sheep if you were the one who belonged and was like everybody else?
Because with the black sheep, there's pity.
Pity?
You, you get the pity invitations and the pity inclusion and the pity, you're included that way. If I'm the gold sheep, then I'm not included in anything.
Oh, okay. So the gold sheep has a drawback, which is potentially drawing jealousy and other people's disdain.
It's not the jealousy, it's the judgment.
Yeah, the gold
Mhm.
sheep can have more attract more judgment.
Mhm.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. If you could have everything that you deserve and the cost of it is this judgment, is it worth it?
As long as I belong somewhere.
Where would that be?
And I don't give a crap if it's with them. I actually don't even like them. I don't know why that's so important to me. I haven't figured that part out yet.
Well, let's just stop right there. Is it that important then?
I think because it's a connection to my dad, that's why it's important.
Okay, but maybe it's not important. Maybe your mind is just confused about that. So is it important or isn't it?
No, I don't even like them.
Yeah, so you don't even like them. So who cares what their judgment is? So that's not really a problem. I mean, where are the real problem is where are you going to belong? Because you just said that's not the problem, that I like them or don't like them. But then you said the real problem is, so where am I going to belong then? So where are you going to belong then?
I have no idea.
Well, I think you know because
My kids.
what this is going to say, where do you belong right now? Yeah, with your kids.
It's like being,
What's the point of belonging with people who don't you don't even want to belong with?
hmm, I don't want to be an orphan.
Okay. Well,
Or like I can be an orphan. Like, if something happened to my mom, I'd be an orphan anyway. But it's like I have these two brothers that I don't, not connected to at all, but I want to be.
yeah.
Um, but I'm really kind of an only child.
Yeah. I can
Mhm.
relate to that. I'm an only child also. It is lonely. And I
I
mean,
have, I'm an only child with siblings. It's weird.
and it's also a lot of responsibility and it's a lot of like pressure.
Hmm.
I agree with that. What does that have to do with being successful?
Fuck if I know, but it's attached somehow.
Fuck if I know. I love that expression. Well, the connection that you made so far, if I followed it, was it's one place that I belong by default, which I could potentially jeopardize if I follow my dream.
Hmm.
However, my belonging there is irrelevant to me, nor do I even really
Like,
care or whatever. So, where does that leave you then? And what makes you think, Jody, that there isn't? I mean, because you work with people all the time, many of whom have no support systems, I'm sure. And
mhm.
what do we say to these people? I mean, I'm one of these people.
Go make a family. Go have
Yeah,
a chosen family.
exactly. You got to find people who get you. You got to like connect, even if it's on Zoom, even if it's like we do over the internet, finding our loved ones, finding our family of choice. So, why are you not doing that same thing? What makes you think that's not your destiny? Isn't it cooler too? Because then the people actually get you. Like, I came to you with a problem not a week ago. And you were like one of the people of the literally 100 people who contacted me who was like, yeah. And you like nailed it. So isn't that just so much more optimal than like
Mhm.
some person who's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not even spiritual. I don't even know what planet we're on. Why
Well,
can't why can't that be your destiny?
because I want my brother, my little brother, I don't give a crap about. Um,
Because you want your brother, yeah.
I want Jeff, my brother, to actually like me.
Okay, so Jeff liking you is somehow wrapped up in whether or not you can have gold sheep status.
Hmm.
Okay, so how can you make those two things agree with each other?
I don't think I can.
Why is it that somebody who loves you and supports you and you want in your life doesn't want you to have success?
He doesn't
What
support me
why do you want a relationship with somebody who doesn't support you?
because he's my brother.
What does that have to do with anything?
I don't know.
I mean, so you're telling me that because somebody was born by the same parent as you, that that's somehow going to stop you from doing the best thing for you and your family? What's
No, it's part of it goes back to the belonging thing.
okay?
Part of it is that I always had this thing that we were supposed to be close,
Right. Which is now,
and we're not.
right?
And but I've always really wanted that. So I pretzel twist so myself so that I can be who he can handle.
But
Because
is it working though?
no,
But so you're not happy with it and it doesn't make him any closer to you anyway, so what's the point of that?
there isn't one. Well,
What would happen if you were authentically yourself? Would that change his relationship to you?
oh, if I was authentically myself, he'd like run the other direction.
So your potential to be your true self in this life is limited by somebody you would like their approval. What if your kid told you that? I'm gonna pretzel myself around so that X person over here approves of me. What would you tell your children?
I'd ask if they were on glue.
Yeah, we'd be like, wait a second here.
Hmm.
That's not how I raised you. So why is it important for you to gain clarity on what you're really doing?
Hmm.
Take your time.
It has nothing to do with my brother, other than, okay. If I
Lay it
am,
on. Uh-huh. Lay it on me. If I
hey,
am.
so my brother is Golden Boy. That's what I've called him his whole life, Golden Boy.
Oh, okay.
And even his birthday cards. Happy birthday, Golden Boy.
Okay.
So if I am successful, I lose status as the needy one with, it's not about my dad's family at all, it's about my mother. If I
Mhm.
lose status as the needy one with my mom, which means that she will no longer pay attention to me because I don't need her, and she'll go back to favoring my brother.
So, where did you get these ideas that you have to like manage people's outcomes? Like how your mother relates to you, for example.
Where did I get the idea that I have to manage the outcome?
I mean, I that strikes me as a bit strange. Like my mom might pay less attention to me if I evolve. Like there's a lot of assumptions about your mom there. I don't know her, but I'm just wondering like what is going on there? Is it possible that that's not correct?
Evidence tells me no,
Evidence
that's
tells you.
correct. That she will go back to ignoring me.
Would you do that to one of your kids?
No,
So you're gonna adjust your behavior for a parent who's doing something strange?
because if she ignores me, then I have no family other than my children, but I have no like family of origin family.
Okay, I understand.
Hmm.
It's interesting the way you laid it out.
Hmm.
So the reason you can't pursue your golden sheep successful status is because ultimately it would create a wave of rejection, which could potentially leave you an orphan.
Hmm.
Okay. So when you see yourself like towards the end of your life and you look back on this whole journey, do you think you're going to think to yourself, well, I chose my family? Or do you think you're going to think, well, I chose my destiny and the best interests of my children?
I'm going to think I'm an idiot
You're going to think you're an idiot?
for like the Sabbath, like for not following.
So you're not going to look at yourself and be like, well, I chose family and that was the highest good
No,
because they're not even really choosing you anyway.
my mom is 78. She's not going to be here forever.
Exactly. Okay, so have you reached a point where that no longer matters just because of time?
No, um, not because of time, but I think, hmm, kind of wondering why I give a shit so much.
Me too. Why do you? I mean, this is part of what I'm getting from you is that you have given this shit in the past, but it's like a memory, but you can't quite forget it or something. So is it just something that's like something you already dealt with and got over, but now you need to actually like do something about it? Or do you still need
Do
to like,
something about it.
but do you still need to process that? Or is the truth that you already know that that's the facts?
What I know is that it really doesn't matter what they, she, Jeff, none of them think, because that's not who I'm need to support and
Right.
teach. It's my kids.
Yeah. And yourself.
So, I mean, I could be an orphan tomorrow. I don't know.
I know. Exactly. And wouldn't it be better to have more money and a bigger business if you were?
Wouldn't it be nice to not need my mother's help?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Isn't that the whole
because
point?
that's kind of demeaning all unto itself.
I know. I get that. Yeah, especially like as we move into whatever decade we're in.
Hmm.
Truly. But so would being independent in business allow you that freedom?
Hmm.
I mean, Jody, are you qualified to do it?
Yeah.
I mean, like you've been in my coaching group for a year or whatever. I mean, not that everybody else is not ready, but of everyone who's there, you have the most experience, you have the most, you know, positive reviews, you have the most time invested, you have the most developed brand.
Mhm.
What else do you need?
Good question. What else do I need?
Well, there's something you're not doing. What is
Mhm.
it?
I'm not doing it.
What? Fill that baby out. What?
I'm not jumping, right? Like I'm not like, okay, so I was reading,
What would it mean to do it? Like, what do you think that is? What are you pointing at? Uh-oh, what happened there? What are you talking about? Do what?
post the 9 quadrillion videos a day, and
Do you want to do it that way? Are you going to do it? Is that how you're going to build?
I don't know how else to build.
Okay. And so what is that like? What is the requirement? What are you going to have to do? Like when you say 9 gajillion, what do you really mean?
I mean, I need to follow the plan that has been so clearly laid out in front of me by Scott.
What is it?
Like
What's the plan?
post 6 times a day,
Where?
everywhere.
What do you need to create in order to follow through with that?
I need to take all the videos I've shot and take them off of my phone feed and just put them up.
Okay. And how many inputs is that per year around?
Hmm. 30 times. I don't even know. A lot.
It's like 11,000.
Mhm.
So like around 1,000 a month. Kind of like, whoa, it's a lot.
But
So being realistic now that we like spelled it out. And like I'll be honest too, my business is built on half of that
mhm.
and it's pretty busy here. So if I doubled it, I don't know what would happen. But I'm just saying like okay, the 11,000 is optimistic, but let's say 5,000.
I can, yeah, I can
So
do 3 a day. That's easy.
right. So why aren't you doing it? You just said it's easy. You just said it's the best thing for your family. You said like what the fuck, it's time. So what's what's gonna happen?
Mhm. People will see me.
Yeah, people will see you and you're a lot slimmer now and you're a lot different than you used to be. And so do you want that to happen, that people see the new version of you?
Feel
The new
like, yes, I feel like I haven't caught up to myself yet. Does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely. I feel that way as well. Quite a bit.
Hmm.
Every time I come in the coaching, I'm like, are they here for me? So I totally feel that. But at the same time, so I just gave you a list of what your achievements are and who you are. So what more do you need to catch up to? You've already earned all that. You've already created all that. That's who you are right now. Maybe you haven't fully caught up with your self-image or whatever, but like, so
Act as if.
is that the excuse now?
No, I don't get to have an excuse. It has to be act as if.
I
Act as
mean,
if I've caught up. Who cares?
and why don't you just catch up? So what would it take to do that?
To just do it.
Okay, and what would it look like? And I agree with what you said before. While I'm in the process, I need to just fake it anyway because I ain't got time right now. But let's just say you also cleaned up that piece. What would that look like?
It means I need to get up 20 minutes earlier every day and shoot 3 videos. It means I need to streamline my message a little bit more.
Mhm. What do you need to do for the self image to catch up to that?
Image to catch up to that. I think that's just time.
Yeah.
Getting just basically getting comfortable in my new skin, right?
Is there something you need to do? You need clothes? You need exercise? Do you need makeup? Do you need to go to some person who does something? Is there something that you need?
No, because I'm in process.
Yeah. So that's just happening in the background.
I need to not be on the dating sites. I think that would probably help.
Not be on the dating sites?
Yeah.
Why? What's the difference?
Because it distracts me.
Okay, so it distracts you from the goal you have right now of building the business.
Yeah.
When let's say that instead of doing everything at the same time, you do them in order. So let's say when would be okay to expand your, stuff that you do? Like if you'd spent 90 days focused on the business at Christmas, could you look at the dating stuff for maybe during the holidays?
I actually think the dating stuff's going to take care of itself.
Okay, perfect.
I think dating apps are stupid.
Torture, if you ask me.
Yeah. So I think that stuff's going to take care of itself. Because I distract myself with it. And I don't need to.
Okay, so do you want to just delete it for now?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're just going to delete that for now because it's kind of a distraction. Not saying you don't want to date, not saying you're not
Hmm.
looking for some partnership, but just saying right now, this chatting with people that's empty is not really fulfilling. So I'm going to focus on the business instead and focus on my self acceptance of my new appearance, personality, whatever, work. What else? Would that make you take you closer to gold sheep status?
Hmm.
Okay, so just pause and slow down, and just let's think about, or you think about, so to really actualize that gold sheepness, which I love that my microphone has a bit of a gold sheep appearance. Um, what else do you want to specify is needed? Slowly.
More more creativity.
More creativity, yeah.
Mm.
Okay, like with branding, with messaging, or what?
With my content
Yeah,
instead of being the talking head.
right.
Mhm.
How could you go about getting ideas for that?
Ideas are not the problem.
Okay, so you have plenty of ideas, but you need to present them more creatively, say.
I just need to play. I've got tons of software. I just need to play with it.
Yeah. Okay, so when are you going to do that?
I can do that every night while Brooklyn and I are watching our show.
So you're gonna play around with some of that stuff during the TV hour in the evening.
Mhm.
Okay, what else? So far you have creativity, content, play,
I need a better niche statement
better niche statement. Okay, what
that
is your,
makes sense.
yeah. Well, could you post it in our group and we can help you with it or any of the groups? What is your niche right now? Is it still families recover? Families do recover?
I'm still using Families Do Recover.
But it's recovery from alcohol?
It's just recovery in general, like family.
Yeah. Okay, so it's not just addiction.
It's like the encompassing the whole thing.
What do you need to get more when you say I need a better niche statement? What do you need to like get better
I,
at?
I feel like it's too broad,
Okay.
but I'm also scared about narrowing it down because I know that, oh, just because it's my niche statement doesn't mean that that's all I do.
I was just gonna say, like, how many people do you think come to me for their niche? It's like zero right now. I mean, it was popular when I started, but eventually people don't even pay attention to that. So what's the difference? I mean, you know how to treat whoever comes in, right?
Mhm. Yeah, that's not the issue.
Right.
It's, I think it comes down, like, I think what,
That's it. Just stay right there.
there's two pieces. There's relationships
Okay.
for people in recovery,
Yeah.
and there's self-worth.
Okay.
There,
Relationship and their self-worth. Right.
they're both places where
Right.
are the biggest
Right.
pain points.
I get that.
And I don't want to change the branding because I have a foothold. Like I'm on Google, I'm on like
Mm.
that stuff, right? But I also don't, I know that I addicts are flaky as shit.
What? Ads are
Addicts
flaky.
are flaky. So they book and then they don't show. They book and then they don't show, right? So I I want to work with people in recovery, but that doesn't mean I can't work with the other people I've always worked with too.
Right. What's the big deal about all this?
I miss what you said.
What's the big deal? Like, I feel like you're talking about it as though this is like very, you know, complicated, but it's something you,
It feels complicated in my head, but it's not really. I'm making a freaking mountain out of a molehill.
that's what I was asking is like, ultimately, if you're going to be in business, you're going to try something. Let's say it doesn't work for 90 days, you'll change it. But I mean,
Mhm.
what does that have to do with actually doing it? I mean, like, I'm happy to use the session to discuss it, but I'm just saying, from a business perspective, this is something Monday morning you sit down and you say, okay, I need to make X amount of dollars. This is my target audience. This is what I'm going to do to get them. And then you take action and iterate. It's an experiment, right?
Mhm.
I mean, do you have some idea that you're going to like figure it out first and then put it out to the market? Because it's not going to work that way. That doesn't work.
Oh, it has to be perfect.
I mean, but you guys have all been in coaching with me forever. Like that is not how it works.
I know.
This doesn't work that way. Like it's like telling me that we're gonna, I don't know, make popsicles with hot water. Like, no, you're not. It's just not gonna work. So the more you say that you're gonna perfect it first, the more I can tell you you're not in business. So, like, what do you want to do with that?
I want to write the niche statement tonight and post it in the group and get it up on my website and on my stuff by Friday.
And let's say in 30 days you're looking at it thinking like, no, not exactly right. Then what?
Adjust.
Yeah, you'll change it. Is that gonna like change everything? Will your business just come to a screeching halt because you change your niche statement?
No, because the content's all still the same anyway.
Exactly. So that's not the point. That doesn't matter. You'll get to it eventually when you stop worrying about it, probably.
Mhm.
So that's not it. So what we were doing was making a list of things you want to do. It was more creativity, work with content, play when your daughter is watching TV. What's her name again?
Brooklyn.
Yeah, when Brooklyn's doing her thing, you'll do your thing. Niche statement, already fixed that. Well, whatever, it's in progress. Okay.
Mhm.
Well, so what else? But like we're going for it now. We're not just playing around like you're going to. So
No,
like if you really do it, what else? What else needs to be on the list? If you did those things that you just said, would that be a lot?
that'd be a lot. Not
Yeah.
really.
I mean, is it like something that you can do for a while? It is a lot of actual stuff to do. It's work.
Mhm. But
Okay.
it's doable.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking you. So it's
Mhm.
doable amount. Could you do more later?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you need to do more at the moment?
I think I just need to be consistent
Okay. So have you ever wondered why it's so hard to be consistent?
because I don't have a schedule.
Okay. So how do you operate a business and a family without a schedule?
I do have like I have a schedule, but it's loose. It's very loose. It's
Why would you
don't
benefit from a
time block. It's like
why would you benefit from a better one?
no, because then I know I'm organized and I know what I'm doing.
Okay. So would that create less mess in your life?
Mhm.
Okay. Why have you resisted that? I have to do a scheduling class. I'm such an obsessive scheduler. I love to schedule.
Because if I schedule it in my head, I can't change it, but I know that's
Yes,
actually not true.
everybody says that. It was like a universal
I
answer.
can't change it.
That's what I'm asking. It's like, is there a scheduling police? Like, do they come to your door and be like, oh, it's noon and you're not? I mean, like, who cares? Let's say you do something late. Let's say you change it. Let's say a kid is sick and you can't do it. Let's say you feel like ass and you just don't want to. Like, so?
I need plan A and plan B.
Okay, so if you have a schedule plan A, can you flex it to create plan B that's more realistic with what's really happening?
Mhm.
Would that help you to create a business mentality if you had that infrastructure?
Yes.
Is it possible to be a success without infrastructure?
No.
So is infrastructure what's missing?
Mm,
Let's say one of the things that's missing, not only thing.
yes.
Okay. So far you want creativity, schedule, infrastructure, input, content. Okay, so like let's check back with the original problem. I mean, you just made like a comprehensive list of actions, but I want you to go back to the feeling and the emotion involved. So, how do you feel about it? Your problem.
I kind of don't know why it's been a problem.
Yeah. Well, we do know because we spent whatever 45 minutes before we made the list exploring why it was. So that's the reason.
But I don't know, like, it's like, why have I been hanging on to that? That doesn't
Yeah.
even make sense now. Okay, bye-bye.
Okay, so I want to just get clear on that. So why have you held on to it?
Held on to it because I didn't want to be an orphan.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
that doesn't even make sense now.
But I mean, like, I just wanted to validate that that's a legitimate human feeling. It's a
Mhm,
legitimate human fear. Like, well, the little kid in me is trying, anything it can do to control an outcome it can't control.
mhm.
So that is legit. It's just not functional.
And realistically, I have a whole wealth of people in my life that are actually my chosen family.
That's right.
Hmm.
And do they make you feel good?
Hmm. Yeah.
Is there any reason to worry about losing them?
No.
Isn't it possible that people will surprise you too? And when you take charge of your life, people who perhaps you are worried will have a certain reaction could potentially surprise you?
Yes.
I mean, would it be worth it to wager?
Yeah, it's worth it to wager. I'm kind of wondering why it even matters.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't really matter, but it would be a cool, like, silver lining.
Hmm.
Like maybe your mom turns out to be like, "Woo, I love this new design, good for you. I didn't know you had it in you." Like, wouldn't that be nice?
Yes.
Wouldn't it be possible?
Yes.
I mean, if you don't think it's possible, is it possible?
I don't know. If I don't think it's possible, then it's not possible.
But
But
so would believing that it could be possible, even knowing that maybe the circumstances won't allow it, wouldn't that be favorable anyway, even if it is or it isn't?
mhm,
So
yeah,
how do you want to proceed then with respect to that?
I think I just see how it unfolds. And if she shows up, great. If she doesn't, well, all right.
Right.
But it's possible that it'll shift. So,
Isn't what you're describing to me anti-fragility?
yeah.
Isn't that what you told me you needed?
Hmm.
Okay. Do you need more? Is the amount that you've developed in the last hour sufficient to take action?
I think I'll probably armor up too.
Like what?
Just build my bubble so that I can not give a crap what they think.
Okay, and how are you gonna build it?
Oh, I have an egg.
Okay.
I have
Yeah.
an egg that I step into, and
Yeah. So you need
mhm,
to like work on the armor.
mhm.
Like more what? More metal?
Mm,
What would make it less penetrable for you?
oh, it just needs to be thicker.
Thicker. Okay. Can you do that?
Mhm.
When?
I just did.
Okay, perfect.
Mhm.
Okay. What else needs to happen?
I don't know. I don't
Huh?
think anything.
Is there anything that is there any context in which you don't want all of this that we've talked about?
No.
Okay. So how do you feel about it now?
confident. Is that
Not,
the
did you say confident or not confident?
confident?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the right word.
Uh-huh. What kind of hesitation is coming out right now?
The hesitation is it's not confidence, not the right word. I need a goal.
Okay. What kind of goal?
A financial goal.
Okay. Well, what do you want it to be?
20K a month.
How much?
20K.
A month?
Yeah.
Have you ever done that before?
Yes. Twice.
Twice 2 months or regularly?
No, twice 2 months.
Okay, so do you want your goal to be something you haven't done that much before?
Yes.
Okay. When do you want this to take effect?
January 1st.
So 2025 would be basically like a $240,000 year.
Mm-hmm.
How does having that goal, spoken, how does that affect what you feel is going to happen?
It gives me something tangible.
Right,
Like I know what I need to make a month to float.
right. But so basically it's 5K a week.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But
So
5K a week is
2 packages.
yes. 5K a week, no. Well, it depends which package.
Yeah, exactly. So like 1, 2, 3, something like that. The numbers are not that big.
Yeah, three. It would be three transformation packages.
Let's say that January 2025 comes around and you have a 10K month. What are you going to do then?
We'll have to make it up somewhere.
Yeah. Okay.
And why is it only a 10K month?
Yeah. So you would troubleshoot it and iterate, figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
What are you going to do, let's say, November, December, when you start to publish all this content and start to ramp up and you start to get some pushback, let's say from the cousin or the brother or mom?
Ask them if they'd like to do it for me.
Right. Are you really going to do that?
With my brother and my mom, yeah. With my
Okay.
cousin, I don't care. Delete you
Right.
off Facebook. I don't give a shit.
Exactly. So somewhere between like, do you have any constructive stuff to say or I ignore you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what are you going to do when you start to feel, if you should start to feel left out because of your pursuit?
Left out of the family, I'm not included anyway. What does it matter?
Okay, but you were worried about, extra rejection.
Mm, it doesn't matter because I don't like them anyway.
Okay, fair.
I have, and oh, I'm going to hang out with people who like me.
Huh, right.
Thought of that. Yeah.
Yeah, because that would be more fun anyway.
Mhm.
Okay, and let's say that you start publishing all this stuff and you get kind of like frustrated and tired because sometimes it doesn't work right away, or sometimes it's technically annoying. Let's say you start to be like, what did I get myself into?
Ask for help,
Yeah, or
figure out why I'm frustrated and it's irritating me,
yeah.
and
So
do it anyway.
get a session, get some therapy. Will you do it anyway?
Well, if I want to get to my goal, I don't have a choice because the way Scott's laid it out works. So why am I going to fight with that? I didn't
Right.
want to get sober either, and I didn't want to do I'll follow all the crap in the book and do what I was supposed to do there, but I wanted to get sober, so I did it anyway.
Right. So you already know that facts about life are when the rubber meets the road, that's what's happening. And we can bitch and moan and cry or not like it or whatever, but it's not really, doesn't really matter.
If I want to get to 20K a month, then I have to do what it takes to get to 20K a month. I don't have to like it. What I like is working with the clients.
Well,
So,
let's say you really don't like it. So then are you going to still do it? Say you really want to get to the 20K a month and the whole journey there is like, ugh, not that great. Is it going to be like quitting alcohol where you're like, well, that wasn't that great, but it's still going to happen anyway?
well, it has to happen. Maybe I'll need to find another way to do it.
Yeah, that's right.
So maybe I need to, what's the part I don't like? I farm that out.
Is it fair to say that quitting alcohol is probably harder than creating something you believe in?
Hmm.
And
Yes.
you already did that.
Hmm.
And how many people have you helped do that same thing?
Couldn't even tell you.
Is it hundreds?
Probably.
I mean, is it approaching 1,000?
Probably more.
Yeah. Okay, so it's more than 1,000.
Hmm.
So you've done it yourself and you've helped 1,000 people, which by domino effect is probably like, I don't know, 20, 30,000 people.
Hmm.
And now here you are presented with the opportunity to do that professionally on your own terms with your own income.
What the hell have I been doing all this time?
I don't
Pissing
know.
around.
Getting ready for today.
Stupid.
Well, it's not really. Is it stupid? It's just what happened.
No, it's just healing the wounds, right? Like,
I mean, that's the truth about transformation, as you and I both know, is we're not ready until we are.
mhm.
But are you now?
the onion, the onion peeling has,
Well,
you
you
know,
you also just did the, personal transformation in this past year because I've watched you do it.
mhm.
So if that's true, then could you have gone any faster?
Probably not.
No, because that was part of it, and now you've done that part, and now is the next part.
Mhm.
So are you stupid for doing it in the right order?
No, it's just letting, I get not frustrated. I get kind of like, what were you thinking about?
Yeah, but then how does that
But at
benefit
the same
you?
time, it all unfolds the way exactly how it's supposed to.
I mean,
I didn't know that.
how does it benefit you to go back to, oh, it should have been sooner?
It's not that it should have been sooner. I kind of go back and why was I thinking that?
But how does that benefit you?
It doesn't necessarily benefit me, but I could take the information and help somebody else.
Okay, so
Mhm.
you're learning from it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's fair.
Okay.
Is there any amount of like self whatever rejection involved in that?
No, what usually happens is I end up laughing hysterically at myself and like, oh my God, okay, okay, it makes sense, and we'll have a good chuckle and then carry on.
What if this whole thing is an opportunity for like real radical letting go?
And there's a lot of gratitude in there too, right? Because I
Right.
wouldn't be here
That's right.
if
Exactly.
I didn't do all the things to get to here,
That's
right?
right.
So
So isn't this the right moment?
Hmm. This is exactly the right moment.
Well, are you going to do it now?
I don't have a choice
Yeah.
because I can't go back.
Yeah, I
I know
agree.
too much.
Exactly. That's how I feel too. Your back's against the wall now. It's like, I got to do it. If I don't do it, then I didn't learn. So I have to.
Well, and on the practical side, my rent's going up.
Yeah, exactly. And also, you want more stuff. You want more luxury. You want more flexibility. You got to send the kids to college soon. I mean, all kinds of things. Many reasons to have money. Vacation. Time to take yourself to Barbados.
I'm going to Mexico.
Yeah, Mexico. Perfect. I went last year. I'll give you my coordinates. It was amazing. Yes. You deserve all those things.
Hmm.
Is it
Oh,
is it time already that that's just obvious? You don't have to think about it. You don't have to borrow money. You don't have to deal with all kinds of guilt and whatever.
yeah. Mm-mm.
I mean, do you have the tools to make that true, to make that possible?
Absolutely.
I mean, aren't there so many stupider, less talented people making way more money?
Hmm.
So
Yeah, my family.
why not you?
Yeah, why not me?
Yeah, by helping people.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.
So just take a moment here and just pause and just review your internal life. I want you to like take stock of your, everything. DNA, aura, energy, whatever, belief system, identity. I don't know. There's a huge list of stuff that people believe in. So whatever it is that's on your list, just scan it really carefully and tell me, is there anything stuck, or is there any hesitation, or is there anything you haven't said? That's it. Just take your time. Don't rush this part.
There's something right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Right. What is it?
gas. It, no, there's literally something stuck there.
What is it? What does it feel like? Yeah.
I need to move. That's what it's saying. I need to move.
Your body?
Yeah.
Yeah, like exercise?
Hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, do you want to?
It needs to be built into the plan
Yeah, exactly.
schedule.
What do you do that you like that creates that?
Right now, there's not a lot I can do. But I'm doing a lot of like I don't even know what it's called, eccentrics.
Yeah.
It's the stretching thing.
I know.
And then using my body as its own body weight to push-ups on the wall and that kind of stuff. And then bands.
Do you walk?
Not until I get two new knees.
Okay, that's what I was wondering. So you need to do stuff that's like in the house, basically.
Yeah, so but I get new knees on October 18th, so
Okay, cool.
it'll shift too. So,
Would it help to exercise in anticipation of the double knee replacement?
well, that's what I've been doing.
Right. Do you need to do more?
Mm,
Because you said you have this feeling and it's telling you I need to move. So obviously it's telling you you need something different. What is that?
I think I need consistency.
Yeah.
I do some every day, but I'm not consistent. So I think it needs to be built into the schedule so I do it consistently.
So we're back to the schedule would help me get all of my stuff done.
Yeah,
When do you want to enter this piece into the schedule?
I'm going to put together the schedule and have it done for Monday. So,
So you'll add it then.
mhm.
Okay. So is there any way that you will skip some of your exercise next week?
No, because it's in the schedule.
Okay, but let's say you have not finished your content, so you decide like, well, it's this or this.
Then I guess I'm staying up later to do the content.
Then you're what?
Staying up later to do the content because the
Okay.
exercise still needs to happen.
Okay, but that's
If
what
the
I'm asking.
exercise doesn't happen, the new knees aren't going to work, and then I'm right back to square one.
Yeah. And also, what else does exercise give you?
Oh, I can sit at my desk and do my pedals while I'm creating content. I can do that. I do it all the time.
That's a good idea. I have that too. But I mean,
Yeah.
also the exercise is like for long-term stability, for not getting dementia, for not having premature, you know, arthritis. Like there's a huge list of reasons to do it beyond my business.
Well, it's without the exercise, I don't sustain anything else.
Yeah,
It's
that's right.
without food and sleep, I don't sustain anything else.
I mean, you all know that I'm an exercise addict, and it's not, it's something I developed in the same way you're doing, which is like I need it to do other things. Not because I love it. It's not, I wasn't born an athlete, but it's really a prerequisite for joy.
Mhm.
Right. Because everything depends on how much energy you have.
Well, and my mobility has been shit for since I was 27.
Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah.
getting the gift of these new knees finally. So I need to make the most of it.
And of losing the weight.
Yeah, because I want to go to Disneyland. I want to roller skate. I'm done. I'm
Yeah.
done sitting around.
That's right. You're done sitting around. It's time to roller skate. It's time to make the money to go pay for that. It's time to get up, go on a date, do something,
Mhm,
move, change life.
mhm.
Now's the time.
Mhm.
Can you handle all of that?
Yes, because what I'm really doing is being me.
That's right. Exactly. And the whole thing is I can't handle what I've been doing the other way. So why shouldn't I handle something that I myself created and am optimistic about?
Mhm.
Right. Because anyway, that would still be more in alignment with me than the thing that I am doing that's not my truth.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. But so in that sense, this whole journey has been to illuminate for you what that is.
Mhm.
Okay. So are you there?
Yes.
Are you okay with the fact that it's going to take time to watch unfold what you want?
As
And
much as
all,
I want the instant gratification, because
yeah.
that's I always do. Yes, I'm okay. Wait, like step by step.
What are you going to do when you get frustrated?
I'm going to call a friend.
Yeah. Or bring it to the group or post in one of the groups or take a break. Is anything going to get you off of this goal?
No,
Okay. So what's the problem?
there's no problem.
Are you sure?
Well, I'm just thinking, how am I going to spend all this money?
You'll invite the whole group. We'll all join you.
Hmm.
I'll be there. I don't know. You'll get a new wardrobe. You'll take yourself to Paris. You'll throw yourself a wedding. I don't know. You'll find a way.
Hmm.
You'll invest it so you have retirement.
Yeah, no, there's going to be things I don't want to do in this, but I have to do them anyway. So I want the result. So let's just do this. What,
Exactly.
what's the problem? No problem.
No problem. No, I'm right there with you. See you there.
Okay.
Join the club. I'll join yours.
Okay.
Okay, so what's the smallest thing you want to do to make sure that this shit happens?
I'm going to print off a schedule. I think I need to start with the schedule. So I'm going to print off like a week's worth and just play with it tonight and see
That's right.
to start fitting things in.
Yep. Color
And
coding,
yeah,
messing with it. You wouldn't believe how much I create and recreate my schedule. It's insane. I actually just took my whole wall calendar down, even though there's only 3 months of the year left, and bought a new one and put it up because it was too, I just didn't like the mess. So it's
Hmm.
okay. It's okay to create it and then recreate it as long as there is one.
Well, and I bought these fancy dancy pens that have 5 colors, four
There you
colors,
go.
and
Perfect.
they are saved my life. So,
Agree. I like the color code also. Okay, and I just want there's some nagging feeling in me that to ask you. So we did a lot of dream boarding. You did a lot of planning, and I think you're going to actualize all that. Is this piece that you've dragged around with your family, is that shelved? Do you need more? Do you need something else to do with it? How do you want to leave it? Do you want to make peace with it some way?
oh, I need to write a letter.
Okay. Like to who?
I need to write my Uncle Paul a big fuck you letter and not send it to him
Okay,
and
perfect.
just get it out.
Yeah. What who else needs something or what else on that in that in that area?
Mm, my brother needs something. I need to do something around my around Jeff. Um,
You know what?
I th- oh, this is so interesting. Millie, stop, please. It's no, I don't know. What I need to do is I need to put it in my calendar to text him once a week and just say, hey, checking in with you.
Okay, cool. Love that.
Get that connection.
Yeah.
He
There's
doesn't reciprocate. That's okay. I'm doing it.
yeah.
I'm okay with that.
And it's easy because it's on the schedule. I like that.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
What else would give you that resolution around all of that stuff? So you have a letter to the uncle to destroy. You have a text on the schedule to Jeff. Is that enough?
I need to do something for my dad to say thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
perfect. Black sheep to gold sheep to black sheep.
Thank you for blowing up your life so I don't do it.
Yeah, actually, that's kind of a cool, you know, that's a cool thank you.
Hmm.
I'm sure you can find a way to phrase it that would make him feel good.
Yeah.
Maybe even, I don't know, are you around him? Like physically?
Yeah, his ashes are on my mantle.
Oh, I thought he was alive.
Oh
Okay.
no, he's not alive. He drank himself silly.
Okay.
Um,
So that's even easier to have this conversation with him.
oh yeah. I talk
Okay.
to him every day. Like, yeah. So,
Love it.
mhm.
Okay. What else? Is this family thing going to hold you back anymore? Is what I want to know.
No.
I mean, because it is the thing that you identified as the main culprit. So I'm just making sure that, because I know you know the practical stuff because we spent quite a bit of time on that, but I'm just making sure that that thing's not going to creep back and take over again. Is it?
No, I'm gonna take the Tesla off my dream board and I'm gonna put a Porsche on it.
Perfect. I
Hmm.
love it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. How do you feel
How do I feel?
right now?
Lighter.
Perfect. Anything else?
Kind of excited.
Yeah, exactly. Lighter and excited. I'll take it.
Yeah.
Is there anything you haven't said? Have you lied about anything?
Did I lie?
I don't know.
No, I didn't lie.
I didn't get the sense you did, but I like to just check.
Hmm.
Okay. So you know you're gonna feel a little bit like woozy, maybe tired.
I'm going to bed.
Maybe not. But yeah, I was gonna say if you could just take a sleep, that would be the best thing for you. Don't think about it. Don't write anything down. No need to like catalog. You don't need to relive it in your head. Everything you heard today is permanent. It's a change that it's with you now. I'm here to support you. I would like you to follow up with me, like, let's say Wednesday of next week. You tell me, like, I started posting, or I made the schedule, I color coded, I did my eccentric exercises every day, I'm feeling good, whatever you want to share. Or if you have a question, you could share that. That's cool.
Okay.
Do you have any questions right now?
Nope, not a thing.
Perfect. Well, I don't know if you want to stay. I'm going to answer any questions Nikki and Tammy have. If you want to just go rest, you should do that.
I'll turn my camera off and I'll just go to my chair actually.
Yeah, for sure. I
Yeah.
would take a rest and watch the rest later if I was you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
Okay. That's what I'll do.
I would. You
Thank
deserve it. You earned it. Start now.
Okay. Thank you.
My pleasure. Mwah. You know where to find me if you need me.
I will.
Okay. Talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.
Uh, Nikki or Tammy, do you have any questions?
No, I'm all good. That was amazing.
It was such a good session. I really, during the session, I had this thought, like, I wonder what they're going to ask me because I don't know what's going on. Like, I had it a few times where I was like, what are we even talking about? I don't even know what's going on. And that's really how my sessions feel to me more and more. Like, I'm almost not paying attention more than when I started. I mean, it's weird because it's more attention. Hi, Nikki, that's cool. I hear you. Yeah, but like that's what I want to share about it is the more I pay attention, the less attention I need to pay or something like that. I can't even put it into words. It's like a part of me is tracking that's not me. And I really noticed it. Like I noticed my kids were calling me on the phone. And so I had to like turn my phone off and then they called again. So I got a little distracted. But I noticed that I kept asking questions and it didn't like take me off of her even for a second because that part of me is like completely glued to what's happening in her mind. Like that's the subconscious mind. That's the only job is to like let that thing lead you. I mean, also, wasn't it so fast? Like we got her out of that in what, 75 minutes? I know exactly, Nikki. It doesn't make sense. And then it's all that regression she went through at the beginning, all that family healing. I mean, 50 years worth of carrying that around, and now she's going to go do it. I mean, like, let's see. It's a little strange. What else? The less hard I work, the faster it's going. That's one thing I definitely have noticed. Lately, my accuracy has been like through the roof, like one hit wonder after one hit wonder. Like I used to wonder how everyone else was doing that. And it's really like interesting to observe. The more I believe it's possible, the more it happens. The Q&A with Jody there too was pretty quick, eh? Like she's not a big pauser. She's not a big like emotional. She didn't go through a big, like we did a lot of ACH there. Like back to back ACH. There was not very much MAC there. And why would I do it that way? Why would I do it back to back ACH? You're muted if anyone wants to answer. You're both muted. And if you don't answer, yeah.
I think it's because she had a lot to work out. She had a lot of knots to untangle.
Yeah, and she knew that was the thing. Like she owned what she came with. And so all I did was be like, well, she knows what she's doing. So let's just do that. It was like total and complete entrainment. She had her agenda. All she wanted was for me to roll with her agenda. Once we got through her agenda, she wanted to go. Not all clients are like that. Lots of clients have zero agenda and then it's a really different session. But if the client is like ready to change and knows who they are, let them do it. All they want is the feedback and the support and the permanence of their decision. That's the hypnosis part. She's asking me to hypnotize her into what she already knew. How easy is that? I don't have to do shit, literally. And why is that? You guys all know, because she knows who she is. I don't know who she is. I know her. I know her. I know of her, but I don't know her. Only she knows her. So why would I tell her anything other than you tell me? That's hypnosis. That's ACH. And with somebody who's like really on the cusp of change, as obviously she's been working on it very hard, the weight loss and the whole, life that she's unraveled. It's just like you just blow on them and they're ready. They're like, okay, I will do that. And let's say she doesn't. Let's say it doesn't work. Let's say at Christmas the business doesn't do what she said it was going to do. Then what? Then what happens to me as a hypnotist? What happens to her as a client?
I think she's just going to pivot and then try something else.
Yeah, exactly. She'll reinvent it. She'll come for another session. She'll do a follow up, but she'll build on momentum that she already created. I mean, has anyone ever created success without doing that? No. So, is there something for me to worry about as a practitioner? Do I need to be sitting here like, well, that was only 75 minutes? Is she really going to change based on that amount of input? No, I don't need to worry about that. She is. That was a lot of new synapses. That was a lot of forgiving the past. That was a lot of not spreading out her life over 10 sessions, but condensing it into a capsule that she can really wrap herself around. And that's a lot to take into your life. So I have like zero concerns. She has plenty to do from that, like months. That's years worth of stuff, actually. To really actualize that, to really make $250,000 a year doing ACH, that's like 2 years of work or more. If you have children, probably more. So she just set herself up for a lot of things. So do I need to like sit at home at night, wondering, well, did my method work? I don't think so. I think it's a lot more likely she does it based on that than, let's say, 500 journal entries or 20 audios or whatever. Also, one thing I want to say about that session, and then I'll let you guys go, is not so much rapport building with Jody. Like, Jody was already trusting that she was going to get what she wanted, and that was a given. So that was enough. I did do a little storytelling, which I feel is like a good rapport builder, especially for people who avoid rapport building, because it makes them stop and listen to you and track with you. But I didn't even really need to do that. Even that sort of annoyed her a little. So I let that go. I could tell she was like, okay, good story. Back to me. So, test something out, see what happens with it. It'll stick with her. That story will stick with her. That's a good traditional method. But like, didn't need very much of that either. I did use the metaphor a lot, the gold sheet metaphor. That was from her. I must have said that, 30 times? That's intentional. I even gave her a visual of it with my thing here, my mic. That's intentional too. Like, okay, really driving her own idea home. But I mean, that was so simple. It's like the best ACH ever. That's exactly what I'm going for. 75 minutes from I don't know what I'm doing with my life to talk to you in 3 months when I get my shit together and I'm happy. Perfect. That's all I want. Any other questions? So Friday I have masterclass again, 2 p.m. EDT, same link. And the links are always pinned to the top of our pages if you can't find them. But it's always the same one. So once you have it, save it. If you have any other questions, post them in the group and I'll answer you. Thanks for coming, ladies.
Bye.
Bye. Nice to see you. Talk to you Friday. Later.